Hi guys, it's Chris with City Your Homestead and another recipe from TikTok. And this one, I don't know the measurements of anything because some of those TikToks, they don't give you measurements of anything. It's just, you guess what they put in it and that's kind of what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I put some olive oil in my pan and I chopped up some onion and we're going to get that sauteed. Well, it wasn't the first thing I did. Actually, the first thing I did was to boil some potatoes. And if I have potatoes left, that's okay, because you know what? I'll just use them to have for lunch or something. Ain't no big deal. Now, I didn't show her using milk or anything like that, so while those are starting to, you know, get all nice and dandy there, I'm going to bring my potatoes over here, and I'm going to add some butter to that. I don't know how much. I always add milk to mine, but I think you want them somewhat stiff. So let's get these blended up. She did it by hand. I'm not doing that. I don't think you need to hear all this. Now these potatoes are still really, really hot, so it's going to be a minute before I do anything with them, but let's get some stuff put in there. Oops, that goes in over there. We're going to put a little bit of paprika in it, and not paprika, parsley. And I'm actually going to add those green onions that we didn't use up yesterday. And I'm going to use a little bit of salt and pepper. Beautiful. So let's stir that all together. You can use whatever spices you want. It didn't say anything as far as what was in it. So I'm just guessing. Why not? Let's get that all mixed in there. Make sure every potato piece has got something in it. Alright. Now we're going to let that cool just a little bit because I don't want to be holding that with my hand. Now I'm going to add burger to this. And as you know, mine are pre-cooked. Get it chopped back up to small pieces. You don't want big clunky pieces with this. And it didn't say the temperature on the stove, so I put 350. Alright, now let's get us a spoon here. I'm going to put in a little bit of garlic powder. Again, like I said, the only thing I really could tell that they added to it was the paprika. That's the only thing I could really tell that they actually added. So we're going to add some paprika. We're going to add salt and pepper. I'm just going off what I would do, I guess. Alright, and then we're going to add, just a second here. I had to get it from all the way in the back. I don't know why I put it all the way back there. We're going to add tomato sauce to it. And we're going to get all that mixed up together. And I want to give it a chance to get kind of like married, so the spices can go in that sauce since it's just tomato sauce. So I'm going to put that on just a simmer and let those potatoes cool down just a little bit, because it's one thing I burn my mouth, but I don't like burning my hands. And then I'll be back. I'm also going to make a good side salad to go with it. So I'll be back in a minute as soon as this all gets married together, and then we'll make magic. And I guess I forgot to tell you what it is. It is grilled cheese potatoes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those potatoes we just made and we're going to roll them into a ball. And we're going to fit as many as we can in that pan. Ooh, that stuff's hot. Let it cool down a little longer. That's all I can say. Let it cool down a little longer. The outside's not so bad. I want to try to fit 8 in there. 1 second. So I changed my mind with the pan that I wanted to use. I thought this might be just a little bit easier to do. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put our fingers and we're going to try to get it so that there's a nice little deep well in there, as well as kind of keep the shape of the potato. Not too thin that you want to go all the way through the bottom. I just figured with this pan I might have a little bit more room to do stuff in with it than with that 9x13. I mean, you could do it with a spoon, but I don't think you'd have probably as much control with what you're doing. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Like that one's starting to come apart. It isn't as big as the other ones. I get so much into cooking I forget to see if I'm in your way. That's terrible, isn't it? Alright, I think they're deep enough. And still enough room on the outside for everything. So now you're going to go through and you're going to put your mozzarella cheese in the bottom. You put as little or as much as you want. But I think that would make it taste really good. Alright, so we have that. Now we're going to take that burger mix and we're going to pour that right on top of it and kind of push it down in. It's like an art masterpiece. Something like that anyway, right? I just seen this and I know how much Tom loves mashed potatoes. And I thought, you know what, this would be the perfect one for him. Because he really does love mashed potatoes. I'm trying to keep them as nice as I can. Then I'll go back through and see if I can add any meat to any of them. Look at that. Don't those look delicious, honestly? And it's not such a, difficult meal that anybody couldn't put together. I might have a little bit of hamburger left here. See if we can put some on the top of some of these. Let me get my little spoon. See if I can work magic with it. I mean, I think this is going to be a real filling dinner. If you guys can, at the bottom of the, in your comments, let me know what you guys have thought about the TikTok week. My views have gone down a little bit, but that's okay. We're having fun. And that's what matters. You know, cooking, it can be a lot of fun, and I think that we should let it be a lot of fun. Now we're going to take more mozzarella, and this time we're going to put it on top. Kind of poke it down there a little bit. I just made a mess on the floor. Nothing new there. Alrighty. Look at that. And I did taste the sauce too before I decided to have it be done. Because you want to test it, make sure that it's the flavor that you want. And actually it's pretty good flavor, so. Alright, now I'm going to put this in the oven. That is the one thing, I'm sorry. It did say 350 for 20 minutes. So we're going to put that in the oven. And in the meantime, I'm going to make me and Tom a couple side salads to go with it. So I got the already crunched up lettuce mix. So let's put some of that in there. The only thing I hate about this is they leave those big chunks in there that I do not like. I know I'm like a lettuce snob, I guess. I just don't like the inside of the lettuce. I think it tastes like, it just tastes better to me. And we're going to put some tomatoes on there. And I boiled up a couple of eggs to go on there. So we got some more protein. I do actually think of healthy stuff too once in a while. And then, remember we had those bacon bits left? Let's use some of those. Put little bacon bits on there. Maybe we can use that bag up. There we go. It's nice when we can use stuff up and it doesn't go bad, you know. And instead of putting cheddar cheese, I already have the mozzarella out. Let's top that with mozzarella. Why not? Because we can, right? Alright, so that's our side salad. So I will be back in 20 minutes when I get my mess cleaned up. I am a very messy cook, by the way. I really, truly am. Like, I've got stuff all over the floor. I still got to mop up what my grandkids did this morning in the living room. I tell you, between the two of us, the three of us, we could destroy the house in a day, probably. All right, so I'll be back. I actually got my dishes done and my floor cleaned up. Must be it wasn't that bad a shape. Lots of dishes, though. All right, so they're done. Let me bring you down here. And actually, the outside does get a little bit, not hard, but it firms up quite a bit. So I got one over here that cracked. So let's take a taste test from that one. Tom's going to be a little bit late tonight because they're stuck in a really bad accident. Not their accident. Somebody else got T-boned on the highway. Alrighty. I'm excited. Maybe Tom won't have any. Kidding. If you like mashed potatoes, yeah, that's a good one for you to try. It's really, really, really good. I like it. It's really, really good. So, make sure you do in the comments below what you think of everything that we've been doing. And next week I'm hoping to do the Dollar Tree thing. And yeah, I'm pretty excited so far. I think we've had some really good recipes, and were all of them healthy? No. Were all of them good? Yes. All right. I'll be back when Tom finally gets home. Hi, Tom.
Hello. How are you?
Home late tonight, huh?
A little bit. Bad accident.
Well, there's dinner. Look at that. I figured you'd love this one since you love mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Good. Delicious.
What do you think about the meat inside of it?
It's good.
Would you want that one again?
Sure. You know I would. I like potatoes.
And I made you a good side salad, too.
Mm-hmm. I see that.
Might get to bed late tonight, huh?
Probably. 5:08.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Well, that's what happens when you get bad accidents on the way through.
Yeah, you got T-boned pretty good. Every airbag on that car was on.
Well,
Went off, so.
that's not good.
No, that person probably went to the hospital.
Yeah.
If not more.
We should pray for all the people in Maryland, too. Let's hope that a lot of them survived. I got a little scared this morning because somebody texted me or emailed me and said about that bridge in Maryland, and so I thought about Bobby instantly. And he did go to Maryland today, but not down any of the areas that would have taken him over there. So,
That would be a good thing.
yeah, I pray that they're, save as many as they can. But anyways, you guys have a fantastic night. Be a blessing. Be blessed. And goodbye, Tom.
Bye, Tom.
You guys have a great night.